Hey guys, today I'm canning apple pie filling, so this is what you're going to need. You're going to need some paper towel and some vinegar. A hot cloth will work well. You're going to need a funnel, a jar lifter, a lid lifter, a spatula, a spoon, something to protect your hands with, something to protect your table with. I do use stir sticks sometimes, they're always great. And you're going to need some hot water, very hot water for your lids and your rings. My jars are in the water bath canner, staying hot until I need them. First thing I'm going to have to do is peel all these apples. These are Granny Smiths. They're very tart. And then I go ahead and I put it in some very cold water with fruit fresh in it. So my apples are peeled, and all I do is slice them and core them. Just like that. And then I go ahead and take off any bits that I don't really want. Cut them into 2s or 3s and put them right back into the water with fruit fresh. Okay, my water's come up to a boil, just plain water, and I'm going to put my apples in there and I'm going to let them boil for 1 minute. All the ingredients in this recipe is going to be under the show more box. My minute's up. I'm going to just take this away and drain it and cover it. In this pot, I'm going to put in my sugar and my ClearJel. Give it a good stir. I'm going to put in my water and my cinnamon and nutmeg and apple juice. And I'm just going to mix that all in on medium-high. And I'm just going to wait for this to thicken up for a bit. I'm going to walk away from this. As it starts heating, you can start to see it gelling up a bit. And I'll show you. I'll try to get some. It's like jelly. So you really don't want to walk away from this. You want to keep stirring the whole time. You don't want it to scorch on the bottom, but you do want it to come to a light bubble. Now it's starting to come up really thick. So at this point, you want to put your lemon juice in. You want to bring this up to a boil and time it for 1 minute. I've taken this right off the heat. It's nice and creamy, all smoothed out. So it's time to go get the apples. Pour in all those apples. And just mix it all up. Oh, it smells so wonderful in here. Oh. Make sure it's all nice and coated. And that's it. It's time to can. Jar, got your funnel, get your filling to 1 inch. That should do it. Then you're going to debubble all the way around and into the center. Then you're going to get your vinegar and your paper towel. You can use a clean hot cloth if you like. Then I'm going to get my lid and my ring, and into the canner it goes. There should be 1 inch minimum to 2 inch maximum of water over your jars. I'm going to put a lid on it, I'm going to bring it up to a boil, and when it comes to a full rolling boil, I'm going to process it for 25 minutes. The 25 minutes is up, so I'm just going to take this lid off for 5 minutes. These are going to sit on my counter for 24 hours untouched. All I do when I wash my jars, a little step on my cloth, take my rings off, give it a good scrub. And the reason why I do this, and I think this step is very important to take those rings off, is because it can rust underneath very, very easily. And they do rust very, very easily. So taking them off, giving them a good wash, making sure all that rust or any of the stuff that gets caught under there is off of there, giving it a really good dry, washing the rings, drying them very thoroughly before you put them back on, if you put them back on. I leave mine just the way they are. I got 7 jars out of these. They turned out really good. My son took one. They all sealed. Bonus. Now, I want to explain why I keep them on the larger size. Most things that I can, if I can, I keep them on the larger size because it gives me more options in the long run when I go to use this. I can use this for really big, huge apple pies and have big chunks of apple. Or I can do something like an apple turnover where all I have to do is open this jar and take a knife and a fork or a fork and just mush these down a little bit or cut them up with a knife and a fork really, really quick. And it gives me an option. If I was to do it on a smaller scale, I can't make these big again. But if I keep them on a large size, I have the option when I go to use them to, cut them up and make them smaller. So it gives me a little bit more play in my recipes. But these turned out really great. Fall's coming. Apples are on sale. There's all kinds of apples out there that you can choose from, depending on your taste buds. So don't forget to label and date your jars. Super important. Till next time. Hey, doll.